So I'm really happy to present to you the TRYU token, the Turkish Lira token, here in this great conference. Before I start, I really want to first give you a little bit of background on Turkey. I think it'll give you insights in kind of how the public and the consumers behave and think and act, and how they actually relate to technologies and new insights such as crypto. Turkey is on two continents. A lot of people actually don't know this. Turkey is separated by the Bosphorus Strait, and it consists of a European Asian part. Overall, 95% of Turkey is in Asia and 5% is in Europe. However, Istanbul, the heart of the country, is split in half to have an European side and an Asian side. Ankara is actually the capital of Turkey, not Istanbul. A lot of people don't know that, but that's a little fact that you might learn today. Turkey's a very young country. Turkey has the youngest population if it was in the EU. The average age is around 31, and only 9% of the population is over 60 years old. So you can imagine the dynamic there with that type of a population base. Turkey has one of the more unique climates and one of the more unique positions within Europe, as it is one of the few self-sufficient countries in the world when it comes to agriculture. Agriculture is the main occupation of the majority of the country, and half the country consists of agricultural land, making it a very rich and a self-sufficient country. There are 30 ethnic languages in Turkey. The official language is Turkish. However, there are 30 languages that are spoken in a given day there. And then Santa Claus actually originated in Turkey. Nobody really knows this, but that's something, and it's not Coca-Cola, I might add. It's Turkey. So it came from there. Saint Nicholas was a saint in Turkey who did a lot of great deeds for local people. I thought that might be a little interesting fact you might appreciate. Turkey is, the population of the country is 83 million, and about 3.2 million Turks live abroad. It has the 20th largest nominal GDP in the country, but as you can see, the nominal GDP per capita is only slightly under $10,000 per year. The labor force is heavily segregated towards services and industry and construction and agriculture. So you can see how there's a little bit of a skewing there in terms of the labor force itself. The unemployment is estimated to be around 12%. However, 21% of the population between 15 and 24-year-olds is unemployed, which makes it a very difficult internal dynamic to deal with. It causes a lot of issues politically and socially for people living in the country. 8.4% of the population is unfortunately below the poverty line, and 11.7% of the population is at risk of being in poverty itself. So there is a very fragile dynamic there in the country that's addressed, that needs to be addressed. To give you a little bit of background on the Turkish currency, the pre-1946, the Turkish lira was pegged to the sterling and the French franc. And in 1946, it got pegged to the US dollar at 2.8 lira to $1 US. And as you can see here in this little, the bullet points here, between 1960s and 2005, the lira greatly depreciated. There were internal civil wars. There was a Cyprus endeavor. And as you can see here, that from 9 to 1.35 million in 45 years, the lira greatly depreciated. At one point, the Guinness Book of Records ranked the lira as the world's least valuable currency in 1995 to 96, and again in 1999. And it was competing with Argentina for having so one of the worst currencies out there in the world. So what's the solution to get rid of all those zeros? We're just going to remove all those zeros. So the country decided to remove all the zeros behind that 1.35 million, and a new currency was created. So that was to kind of jostle the economy a little bit. The second lira, the Turkish lira, was called the YTL, and then it officially became the Turkish lira, and it was abbreviated as TL, Turkish lira, starting in 2009. Now, that didn't solve all the problems, unfortunately. They thought, I don't know if they actually thought that was going to solve some problems, but maybe globally that was going to be a little bit better in terms of reputation and outlook. But from 2005 to 2020, the country, with the administration in place, had severed ties with a lot of culturally strong allies, such as Germany, France, and Netherlands. And you can see here in the chart on the right, from 2005 to 2020, the lira, and especially after 2014 or so, started greatly depreciating. Today, the lira, as of yesterday, was almost 9 lira to $1 US. If you compare that to something like 5 years ago, where it was 2.7, you can imagine the consumer and the public in Turkey and how much their actual their wealth depreciated in a very short period of time. In 2016, additionally, there was a coup that greatly reduced private investments because they were scared off from the political instability that the country had. And also investment inflows declined as reporting of the financial situation in the country became not so consistent, and that was another reason for being rated lower in the credit ratings, as well as having a more difficult outlook for the country going forward. So why is a cryptocurrency, why would that be really essential in the market such as the Turkish market? Well, a digital currency and a framework does not require central authority, as you know, I've probably heard here in the presentations. There is blockchain technology, the decentralization, security, transparency, the global element of it, sustainability, and the ability to store value in it are a lot of great features that currently doesn't exist in the Turkish lira. So in Turkey, the cryptocurrencies became greatly adopted, especially after the 2008 debt crisis, where the country's credit rating dropped through the floor. As the lira plummeted by 10% at that time, the cryptocurrency purchases increased and surged by 60% in a very short period of time. And as you can see on this little graphic here on the right, I believe in 2020, in a poll, Turkey was globally the leading. The population had the most number of responders who said they actually use their own cryptocurrency at 20%, right behind Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, and South Africa. So, or ahead of them, I should say. So crypto, the Turkish consumer and the Turkish population was really keen on adopting crypto going forward. And as you notice, the countries that are here in this list, a lot of them also have got a lot of volatile currencies, which adds to the correlation of why they would want to maybe adopt something like a cryptocurrency. As of March 2021, $2.8 billion worth of crypto was traded in Turkey, compared to 12 million in the same year, showing tremendous growth and interest by the consumer. And the trading volumes hit 26 billion at some point in April 2021. The number of searches for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were an all-time high, while searches for gold and other precious metals flatlined. And at the moment, the BTC Turk and Paribu are the two top exchanges. They're trading actually $1 billion daily. But however, in April 2021, the central bank of Turkey banned cryptocurrencies. Ironically, it's actually illegal to trade and hold cryptocurrency, but you can't actually pay and use cryptocurrency to purchase anything in the country. This was a strategic decision by the government and the central bank, and it's still in place today. The two largest crypto exchanges at that point, Bitcoin and Thodadex, actually collapsed in April of 2021 because of that. And one of the founders actually fled the country, fearing for their own safety. So with a great amount of interest, and as the country started adopting it, the central bank really put their brakes on and for this type of progress. So why does actually stablecoin make sense for a country like Turkey? Stablecoins are a type of currency that, as you know, offer stability because they're backed by assets such as the U.S. dollar and the gold. Other cryptos aren't pegged, and so this makes it for some of the public, especially in Turkey, a more stable option in the crypto world. As of Q4 of 2020, Tether, USD Coin, and Binance were some of the top trading stable coins, and you can see here on the right the amount of volume greatly and exponentially increased in a short period of time. I also thank Christian Nikolai for this slide. I kind of borrowed it, but as he mentioned in his presentation as well, Tether has seen the most trading here in a short period of time. This shows that here from this graph, you'll see here from June to present day, Tether has got a lot of volume and interest, and the demand for stable coins in this economy is actually growing significantly. So with that being said, you've heard probably a lot of presentations today. I think the Unit platform offers a great solution for the creation and adoption of cryptocurrencies such as the stable coins that are mentioned here in this presentation. There are 30 different tokens today in the stable coins that the unit platform offers, and I think that's something that we encourage you to look into, to investigate for yourself, and also to be able to market to other friends and people in your network for greater adoption. The TRYU stable coin has 100 million supply, and the ticker is TRYU. There's a little screenshot here of the unit platform of kind of some of the details. It is decentralized stable token that is issued by the network itself, and it's backed by digital assets instead of the fiat. So how is this TRYU different? The TRYU is one-to-backed, so one-to-one backed. So as an example, if I have one Turkish YTL, which is Turkish lira, it would be equivalent to its reserve assets like a BTC, which would be equivalent to one TRYU. So if the reserve asset in this bank drops below the YTL peg that we see here, the TRYU also would drop. So what's nice, it's not necessarily nice, or what the opportunity is for somebody who's interested in this stable coin is that you can buy the TRYU at the under collateralized value, pushing the collateral value up in the bank, and the price of TRYU with it, since there's a limited supply of it in the actual unit network. And also the TRYU can be traded on the unit network for other tokens, which makes it also very flexible. So in summary, the Turkish lira, as I presented to you today, is a very volatile currency. You've seen the depreciation of it, and you've seen how historically, and especially in a recent time period, it has greatly been impacted by the political situation in the country, and also the financial situation in the country. The unit platform provides tokens, such as the stable ones, to hedge against such volatile currencies, and TRYU would be an excellent case for adoption if you do feel like your currency or the Turkish lira is volatile and requires you to take action. The TRYU and others are great alternatives since they are one-to-one pegged against other cryptos. And if you're interested, I encourage you to take a look at the link here for more information, and to listen to more talks on stablecoins and other different types of tokens here in the New Unit Network. So thank you very much for your time.